Alright, in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to build 7 sites for the price of 1 month of ads. So today I'm going to talk about something most local business owners get completely wrong when it comes to getting customers from Google. And honestly, I think it's costing you money every single day. The problem most local business owners face. So let me ask you something. How much are you really spending on ads right now? Maybe it's 1,005 per month, maybe 2,000. Some of you out there are even spending way more than this. And here's the thing. Every month, like clockwork, you pay that bill. Miss a payment, and guess what happens? Your leads dry up overnight. Now, I'm not saying ads are bad. If they're working for you, keep doing them. But what if I told you there's a way to get leads without paying per click? What would that change how you run your business? Most local service owners think their only option is to keep feeding the ad machine. Plumbers, roofers, HVAC guys, landscapers, you name it. Everyone's paying Google and Facebook, hoping the phone rings. And sure, sometimes it works. And you're basically renting your customers. You don't own anything. Here's what actually happens. You throw up a website, maybe you pay someone to build it. It looks nice, but nobody finds it. So you start running ads because you need calls now. And before you know it, you're stuck. Can't turn the ads off because the phone stops ringing. Can't scale up because the ads cost its all your profit. Sounds familiar? So what if I show you exactly a case study I built out right here in McKinney that was able to get 16 qualified leads, spending less than $100 to build out a simple one-page website, and how you can replicate this one-page website for multiple cities that you service. So here's what most people get wrong. They build one website and try to add pages for all of the cities they service. So let's say you're in McKinney, Texas, and you also service Allen, Prosper, and a few other nearby towns. The old school approach says you just add location pages to your main site, make a page for Allen, one for Prosper, stick them on your McKinney website. Sounds smart, right? Wrong. Here's why. Google loves when your home page targets one specific city. Think about it. When someone searches for gutter installation, Google wants to show them a McKinney business, not a business that also does McKinney. But it's really based somewhere. Some local business websites beat Yelp, NGs, and even break franchises all the time. Why? Because their homepage is laser focused on that one city. The big directories, they're trying to rank for everything everywhere. The little site with a domain like McKinney, GoToMcKinneyTexas.com crushes them for that specific search. And when you start adding inner pages for other locations, Google doesn't give them the same power. Your online page sitting on a McKinney domain just doesn't perform as well. It's an uphill battle. And building links to inner pages, that's tricky. Mess it up and you can actually hurt your whole website entirely. So I can show you the exact microsite strategy. But before that, let me walk you through the case study we built out and how we can now implement the strategy for multiple businesses. So basically here it's a Gota website that we built out to test out this system to see if it works. And luckily for us, it works. So when someone searches for gutter repair in McKinney, our website appears here on position number 2. You search for gutter contractor within specific zip code in McKinney, our website appears here too on position number 1 for this specific query. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to appear in this search such that your website that you've had for a very long time could start generating your leads even without spending so much on ads. That is the entire game of this business, of this video. And by building out this website, we also further strengthen your Google business profile. So both of them work hand in hand. So it's something you really want to notice. Anything we spend on building out this website, the structure, the content, all of this further helps to strengthen your Google business profile, and thus you're going to get more leads. So let's face the website proper. The very first thing we did with this website was get an exact match domain. The exact match domain simply means you including the core service you render plus the city in which you render it in trying to fashion out the domain name. Because Google tends to rank this kind of domains and give them much power. And it is easy to build links to them because of the anchors pointing back to the website. It's generic, it's brandable, so it's something that Google really tolerates and thus gives it more power. The second thing we did was also include the title tag. Include the core service we render plus related services and the city in which we render the service in the title tag. This basically gives Google more context about what our website in general is all about. Then for the home page itself, we included the core service plus related service plus the city in the major headline, which is the heading one tag of the website. So if you see this page, consider it more of like a newspaper front page. It tells you exactly what you expect to get from that particular newspaper. So that's exactly this what this heading tag does. Then we added the keyword plus the city in the very first paragraph just below the headline. It gives Google more context. Is a universal way of doing SEO anyway, and it works. So basically, that's all we did for this section above the fold. The second section is our service section. So in this section, you want to list out all of the services that you render, all of the related services, no matter how small. You want to list them here and briefly talk about them. The next section is why they should choose our go-to service company. This section you want to include how long you've been in business, what kind of business do you do, what kind of services do you render. If you offer financing, you want to include it here. If you're licensed and insured, if you have some sort of awards, you want to include all of those here to build your authority overall. Then the second to last thing we did was add a frequently asked questions section. So in this section, you want to answer questions that people who are looking for your services are actively looking for on Google. The best way to see this is basically you type in a query for your service on Google, and you see the section they call people also ask. This is the section Google has given you data they have over time for people looking for this specific keyword, what they're asking after. So like in this case, you see what is the best gutter company. This is more of like a generic search. It's too broad. You want to make it local to the area that you're servicing. So you could target this question on your website like, what is the best gutter company in McKinney? That's exactly how you want to answer this question on your website. So you answer multiple of these queries and you thus build the authority overall of your website. The last thing we didn't fail to do was include the zip code of the area that we service. The zip code allows us to show up for searches for where people look for the services we render plus the zip code. It allows us appear for those searches. You can see we're ranking position number one for basically including the zip code on the home page of the website. So that's a big steal we really needed to do. So after finishing all of the content on the website itself, in order to get Google to trust us and rank us, we listed our website on local directories, including Yelp and other big ones. So we have a list of 400 right here. We didn't do this ourselves. We hired the services of Mohammed Wahid on Fiverr. He does this for 75 bucks. And basically, that's how we're able to get most of these links done. It's a cheap way to do it. You save time, you save energy, you focus on running your business while this done. So we basically spent $75 for this, and for the domain name, we spent just $15 to get this done. Less than $100, we're able to generate 16 leads that would have cost us anywhere between $1,500 to $3,000 in money to generate using ads. So this is exactly what you can expect to actually generate for your business. I'm going to walk you through the upgrades we've made over time to ensure that we rank for most local business areas in the area. One of the first things we did is have an active phone number on this website. You notice we didn't report the number of calls that came in. Reason being that we didn't have an active phone number on this website. Most local people who are looking to hire services are looking to call a business and are looking to for someone who's going to come to their house within the hour. So most of them don't want to fill out this form and wait 24 hours to get a reply. They want somebody right now within their city to fulfill this service. So that's basically what you would expect to get. So if I have an active phone number on this website, we would have doubled or tripled the number of leads that came through. So that's something we really should have gotten. Then in order to the citations, in addition to the citations and local directories additions, we also want to have more links pointing to the home page such that we have much power. Then we're able to rank. So the difference between ranking position 3, position 1 is the number of links. So if you've nailed everything down with the content on the website and you still do not rank on position number 1, you need Google to trust you more. The only way to do that is to get more website mentioning your website and linking back to it. And the other way you do this is through backlinks. The very cheapest way to get this is through press release. The press release is basically a newsworthy article that covers something new about your business. And basically, the SEO benefit, it guarantees us up to about 450 placements for spending $70. That is almost a cent per link. So it's quite cheap. It's something you really should have, and it's been tested, it works. Google trusts this kind of links. And aside from these press releases that are really, really cheap to acquire, you want way high authority links that cost anywhere between $74 to $95 per link. I recommend the services of my local SEO mentor, Jackie Cho. He offers niche edit and local guest posts from anywhere between $74 to $90 for guest posts and $90 to $95 for niche edits. So basically, that's exactly how we could also build and further strengthen the authority of this website. In addition to that, we could also have created location pages targeting areas that we service anywhere between 5 to 10 mile radius, like Prosper, New Hope, Lowry Crossing, Fairview, all of the surrounding cities around McKinney that we could have potentially gotten customers from. And the last thing is having dedicated pages for each of these services. So after listing all of the services right here, we'll now link, like this learn more button will link to an inner page that talks about just gutter repair in McKinney. So this could basically further strengthen the authority of the website and get Google to trust us more and get us more leads instead. So basically, that's exactly the strategy we looked at. So since we've tested this out for just one city, we've established that Google ranks the home page for that core services. So what if we add more services? The inner pages does not rank that well, and we cannot point too many links to those inner pages for them to rank. So the best way we can do this is through the home page. So first, we developed a strategy where you build out. If you're targeting multiple locations, you basically need to acquire more domains. So all of these things are broken down them into them. In order for you to build one website, you have a domain name for $15, hosting maybe $1 or $2 per month. That's $24 per year. You submit your citations for $75, press release for $70, and you basically come up with $224 what to get one WordPress website ranked. And we basically launched this website in November of 2024. By January of 2025, we got the very first day. That is under 90 days itself. So that's something you could expect to get. If we have an active phone number, like I said, we double the number of leads we come in, all simply by ranking in this organic section right here. So you could expect anywhere between 2 to 5 leads per month. That is 14 to 35 leads across your multiple websites. So here is the multi-microsite breakdown strategy we talked about. So as I get targeting multiple inner locations, you have a dedicated exact match domains for each of the cities that you're servicing. First, you're able to dominate that local area. So each homepage targeting a main city, you're getting anywhere between 1 to 2 leads to 5 leads per month over the course of 6 to 12 months. That's an exact banger you really want to have. And it costs you just $224 to actually acquire just one of these websites. So basically, you could cover an entire geographic location within your area and still get most of these leads coming completely for free. You add this with your Google Business Profile, you've hit the ceiling for getting clients, and you own your lead source forever. So everybody really wants to be in a map pack, but really, not everybody can actually rank for multiple queries and multiple keywords within a map pack. Google limits you to the number of Google Business Profile you're able to acquire. You have to start renting offices in nearby cities, but you don't have to do this if you have a website running in those cities, and you're definitely going to generate more leads from that. So here's what you're going to do. You could keep spending so much money on ads, anywhere between 18,000 to 24,000 per year, or you could spend $224 right now and build out multiple cities that you service. So if you have up to about 10 cities, your basic 1 month of ad spend could basically cover that. And you let it sink, you let it simmer there, and you start getting leads over time. Over the course of a year, you will find out that the money you actually spent is way less than what you could be spending on the ads. You think the long term SEO is a long term game, and that is exactly where you want to sit, because most of your competitions are not doing this. So this is exactly where you want to sit and completely dominate your local market. I've shown you the blueprint. I've shown you exactly how to rank these positions, giving you exactly everything you need to get your business going for this. So if you think you can do this yourself, fine, $224 get you started. But if you think, okay, you need an expertise to do this, we can basically do this yourself. So we don't just build out this system for you and Vanish. We help you optimize your Google Business Profile, set up a review collection system, a missed call text back, such that when someone calls your phone and you don't pick up, you automatically get texted back that you're going to call them back. This prevents them from calling another business owner and keeping that lead all completely to yourself. We set up an AI automation system, CRM, that books calls for you, even answers for you on autopilot. All of this we do for you while you focus on running your business. The bottom line is these ad platforms really want you to keep spending much money. They don't care if you even convert, they don't care if you're in business. They just want to keep taking your money. So in order for you to actually stay on the safe side in the long term, you want to build out the systems for yourself that you own, that you control, that you have everything that basically generates leads for you month after month. You can expand into multiple areas. So that's something you really want to do. If you've stayed so far with us to the end of this video, thank you for watching, and I would encourage you to please subscribe to our channel. We're still growing, and if you have questions, leave them in the comment section. I will do well to answer them in the next video. See you.